As September 2025 draws to a close, a powerful and complex weather system is sweeping across the United States, capturing the attention of meteorologists and residents alike. This is not just another seasonal storm, it's a dynamic event that is rewriting the weather narrative for the entire nation. From the snow-dusted peaks of the Rockies to the humid shores of the Gulf Coast, the country is witnessing dramatic contrasts in weather. Towering thunderheads build over mountain ranges while warm, moist air surges northward, fueling instability and setting the stage for volatile conditions. This unfolding drama isn't a single, isolated event but a chain reaction of atmospheric forces. Each region faces its own unique challenges, as millions of people brace for rapidly changing conditions, ranging from sudden downpours in rural farmlands to ominous skies looming over bustling cities. The system, having gathered strength as it emerged from the Rockies, injects fresh energy into the Great Plains. Here, the collision of air masses triggers a multi-day severe weather outbreak, with meteorologists warning of the potential for large hail, damaging winds, and even tornadoes. As autumn's crisp, cool air collides with the lingering warmth of summer, the atmosphere becomes a battleground. The result? Tornadoes twisting across open fields, flash floods inundating neighborhoods, and powerful winds toppling trees and power lines. The beauty of fall foliage is now set against a backdrop of dark, threatening clouds. The central states are the first to feel the brunt of the storm, but the system's reach is vast and relentless. Over the coming days, its influence will stretch from the Great Lakes down to the Gulf Coast, sweeping across nearly every region and leaving a trail of weather alerts in its wake. Meanwhile, the western U.S. contends with persistent rain and the threat of flash flooding, as parched landscapes struggle to absorb the sudden deluge. On the East Coast, communities remain vigilant, eyes on the horizon as hurricane season continues to pose a looming threat, with tropical systems swirling offshore. This is more than just a weather event, it's a national challenge, demanding vigilance, preparation, and cooperation from coast to coast. Families stock up on supplies, emergency crews stand ready, and communities come together, united by the shared goal of weathering the storm. In the days ahead, the true test will be one of readiness and resilience. As the nation faces this unfolding weather drama, every action taken now will help shape the outcome for millions across the country. Monday, September 22nd, dawns with a sense of unease across the heart of Tornado Alley. Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa are bracing for a volatile outbreak of severe weather, as meteorologists warn of a potent atmospheric setup. The day begins quietly, but by afternoon the skies darken and tension builds across the plains. Supercell thunderstorms, fueled by a dangerous mix of late summer heat, abundant moisture, and powerful upper-level winds, are primed to explode. These storms are capable of producing not only large, damaging hail and fierce straight-line winds, but also tornadoes that can form rapidly and with little warning. The threat is widespread, and the atmosphere is primed for violent weather. By late afternoon, storms will erupt across western Kansas and northern Iowa, tapping into an atmosphere that is highly unstable. The clash of warm, moist air from the south with cooler, drier air aloft creates the perfect breeding ground for severe weather. Lightning will split the sky and thunder will rumble across the open plains. The Storm Prediction Center has issued urgent alerts, warning of both isolated supercells and fast-moving squall lines. Each storm mode brings its own set of dangers. Supercells can spawn strong tornadoes, while squall lines threaten with widespread damaging winds and embedded tornadoes. Communities must be ready for rapidly changing conditions. As the night progresses into Tuesday, the severe threat shifts eastward, targeting the Ozarks and the Mid-South. Here, increasing wind shear in the atmosphere raises the potential for tornadoes even further. Residents from Arkansas to Missouri will face a heightened risk as storms intensify and move quickly through the region. Arkansas, Missouri, eastern Oklahoma, and North Texas must remain vigilant. Large hailstones, destructive wind gusts, and tornadoes are all possible. Tornado warning sirens may sound with little notice, and rural communities could be especially vulnerable to fast-moving storms. For agricultural communities, the stakes are high. Crops can be shredded by hail, fields flooded by torrential rain, and farm equipment damaged by flying debris. The economic impact of a single night of severe weather can be devastating for families and entire towns. The most dangerous period will be late afternoon and evening when storms are most likely to intensify. Families should review their tornado safety plans, identify their safest shelter, and stay tuned to weather alerts. Preparation and awareness can make all the difference when minutes matter. The system's eastward march is just beginning, promising more turbulent weather in the days ahead. The heartland must remain on high alert as this cauldron of storms continues to brew. By Wednesday, September 24th, the storm system targets a densely populated corridor from Indiana and Ohio to the Gulf Coast. Damaging winds, heavy rain, and tornadoes threaten millions, especially along the Gulf during peak afternoon instability. In the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes, saturated ground heightens flash flood risks, turning streets into rivers with little warning. Southern states like Mississippi and Louisiana will see tropical moisture fuel explosive thunderstorms with threats lingering into the night. The system's rapid journey from the Rockies to the south in just 3 days highlights the scale of modern weather events. No region in its path is spared, from farmlands to cities. Wednesday's focused rainfall totals and the strength of afternoon storms, the interconnectedness of North American weather is on full display. As severe storms sweep the mainland, the Atlantic hurricane season remains active and dangerous. Tropical Storm Gabrielle, though staying offshore, brings dangerous surf and rip currents to the east coast. 2 new systems near the Bahamas and Bermuda are under close watch, with potential to strengthen and threaten the U.S. coast. The possibility of simultaneous hurricanes near the east coast would complicate forecasts and preparedness. Long-range models suggest increased tropical activity in the Caribbean and Gulf as September ends. For Gulf Coast residents, vigilance is essential. There's no time to relax. Even as one threat passes, the next may already be forming. The tropics remain a source of concern as autumn approaches. While storms rage in the plains, the Rockies see an early taste of winter, with snow blanketing Colorado's peaks and even rare thundersnow possible. This abrupt shift challenges mountain communities and travelers, signaling it's time for winter preparations. Meanwhile, an upper-level low off California draws subtropical moisture inland, bringing heavy rain to Southern California and the Southwest. The rain, though needed, falls too quickly, raising flash flood and debris flow risks, especially in wildfire burn areas. Arizona and the Sierra Nevada will also see intense rainfall, helpful for drought but potentially hazardous. The West's weather is a delicate balance. Desperately needed water can quickly become destructive. For now, the region faces too much, too soon. The nation's weather extremes are unfolding on multiple fronts. The week's wild weather is driven by the jet stream, a high-altitude river of air that snakes thousands of miles above our heads. Invisible to the naked eye, this powerful current shapes the weather we experience on the ground, acting as a steering wheel for storms, cold fronts, and heat waves alike. As autumn arrives, the jet stream shifts into a wavy, meandering pattern, undulating across the continent. These dramatic bends set the stage for a clash of air masses, creating the perfect environment for volatile weather. A deep trough forms over the western United States, scooping up air from the north and pulling it southward. This trough acts like a giant atmospheric scoop, setting up a battleground between opposing forces. Here, cold, dry air spilling down from the Rockies collides head-on with warm, moisture-laden air surging up from the Gulf of Mexico. The result is a dramatic confrontation, with energy building along the boundary where these air masses meet. This sharp contrast in temperature and humidity acts as fuel, igniting explosive thunderstorm development across the plains. Towering cumulonimbus clouds can form in minutes, signaling the birth of severe weather. Wind shear, changes in wind speed and direction with height, adds another layer of complexity. It twists and tilts these storms, creating rotating supercells which are among the most dangerous and powerful storm types on Earth. Within these supercells, the right conditions can spawn tornadoes, nature's most intense windstorms, capable of carving paths of destruction across open fields and towns. On the east side of the trough, warm, rising air is forced upward, squeezing out heavy rain that can quickly lead to flash flooding in vulnerable areas. Meanwhile, on the west side, cold air dominates, bringing early-season snow to the Rockies and blanketing mountain peaks in white. All of these events are interconnected, part of a massive atmospheric machine that links distant regions and shapes the nation's weather in real time. The same forces that unleash flooding in the Ohio Valley are responsible for snowstorms in the mountains and severe weather outbreaks on the plains. From snow-covered peaks to rain-soaked valleys, the impacts are widespread and often unpredictable. This week's weather is a vivid lesson in how the nation's climate systems interact, revealing the delicate balance and raw power of our atmosphere. By understanding these complex dynamics, meteorologists can better forecast what's ahead, and communities can prepare for whatever the atmosphere has in store. Beyond storms and floods, this system ushers in a long-awaited cool-down for much of the country. The jet stream's deep trough allows Canadian air to sweep south, breaking weeks of late summer heat. Temperatures plunge from the Rockies to Texas, with highs dropping from the 90s to the 70s and 80s. The Ohio Valley and South will feel the relief as clouds and rain give way to crisp, sunny days. By week's end, cooler, drier air reaches the southeast, setting the stage for a cooler-than-average start to October. After a turbulent week, the nation welcomes a respite of autumn weather. The pattern shift promises calmer, more comfortable days ahead. In the face of widespread severe weather, preparedness is critical. Households need multiple ways to receive alerts. NOAA. Weather radios are essential, especially overnight. Know the difference between a watch and a warning, and have a practiced safety plan for tornadoes and floods. Emergency kits with water, food, flashlights, and medications should be ready. Never drive through floodwaters. Turn around, don't drown. Local agencies coordinate warnings, open shelters, and rely on trained storm spotters for real-time updates. First responders and utility crews mobilize quickly to restore safety and power. The effectiveness of response depends on proactive planning and clear communication. This week's storms are a real-world test of community readiness. This week's severe weather is part of a larger trend. Climate change is making storms more intense and rainfall heavier. A warmer atmosphere holds more moisture, fueling flash floods and powerful hurricanes. The jet stream's behavior is changing, leading to more extreme and persistent weather patterns. Hurricanes are intensifying faster and reaching further north, raising risks for coastal communities. Building resilience through better forecasting, public education, and stronger infrastructure is urgent. Communities must adapt to a new normal of more frequent and severe weather. This storm isn't just a forecast, it's a glimpse of our future, and a call to prepare.